So we are here in the Fairfield end of the Montego Bay bypass. Just looking at what the drainage system here looks like. This is good life in Jamaica, keeping updated with what's going on with the construction of the Montego Bay bypass. Just beside the overpass, this is what the drainage system here looks like.
Just buck me toe.
We finally reached at the top of it. This is what it looks like. So this end goes straight over to West Village. And that end goes straight back to Irwin. Some more drainage, more drains being installed there at the base. Doing everything that's needed to ensure that the slopes here are stabilized and drains are in place. This is my man, Montego Bay bypass. We hope they'll open one section before 2026 ends. Just beautiful. Soon, Montego Bay's traffic problems will be solved. That's Cornwall Regional, way over there in the distance. We hope that the Cornwall Regional Hospital will be open this year too, in 2026. Don't know how possible that is. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Ensure that you tap that subscribe button and like the video. We're showing you the latest developments in Jamaica. We're actually on the ground. On the ground, keeping you updated. This is not AI, this is real life. This is what's happening right now in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Massive developments here. The Montego Bay Perimeter Road project. And this road has a slight tilt to the left here. Just beautiful. See what the drains look like from on top. When this is completed, it will be 4 lanes, 2 going in both directions. It goes straight to the entrance of the Montego Bay West Village, Montego West Village community, gated community. And that's the same area where the Long Hill bypass will start. They are doing some more digging in this section. Look at this. I believe this is part of the drains too. So probably concrete. They'll pour some concrete here, carrying the drains. Go straight down. As I'm always saying, Montego Bay, get ready. Something big is coming. Yes. So this drain goes right around. You see how far it goes? Yeah, right around. Lots of work being done in this section. Alright, just chit-chatting with one of the workers. Yeah, man. He said he love what's going on. And the workers seems to be comfortable working on this project. Every time we pass by, it's just pure smiles from the workers. Again, big up to the Czech team. Big up to the China Harbor engineering team for the amount of work they're putting into Montego Bay. So let me know what you think about this being a toll road. Again, it will be all electronic tolling. We're just passing by and we decided to stop and do a video. It will be all electronic tolling. Still yet to find out the details how that will work. Myself will have to do some research on that. You can see some of the buildings here showing signs of damage from the hurricane still. Look at that. Way over in the hills, above that is where, right in the Overton area there, where they're doing a massive development. Where Ora Vista Guest House is, yeah, that's where that is. Look at that. So Fairfield is ready and waiting to be paved. Road is properly aligned, everything, and it's just the asphalt left to be dropped here. Listen, thank you again for tuning in. Listen, I'm happy for the support on this channel. Continue to subscribe, like our videos, watch all of our videos. We have a lot to show you here on Good Life in Jamaica. The Pinnacle is rising again. Other developments coming on stream. One Reading is there as well. And we'll be featuring all of these developments. Tap that subscribe button. This is Good Life in Jamaica. Out.
Focus on the infrastructure development. And infrastructure development is critical to growth. Infrastructure is the basis on which economic activity takes place. And there is a theory of growth which focuses on complexity, which is how interconnected all the economic activities are each other in a system. And a part of the complexity has to do with the infrastructure. Does the infrastructure support the economic activity? And that has been a real challenge for Jamaica. So the ordinary citizen would experience this in bad roads. And for the ordinary citizen, it is a government that's just not caring, or a government that is inept, that's just not fixing the roads, because that's the information you have been fed for 30 years. The problem is a little bit more complex and complicated than just inefficient or inept government. There are real problems with what we call legacy infrastructure, what we inherited relative to the objectives of today's economy and society. When our towns were being laid, and by the way, the colonial governments did lay them with thought and intelligence. They were oftentimes on a grid, but they were small. There was not a view that somehow our towns and cities would be carrying the level of traffic that we carry today. Between 2016 to now, the number of cars on our roads has almost doubled. So clearly, the infrastructure that you have, which was built 50, 60, 70 years before, will not be able to carry the traffic that you now have. And the roads weren't built for it. So the increased wear on the surface. And then there is climate change. There is no question that the weather has changed in terms of the intensity of weather events. Climate is changing, and the infrastructure wasn't built for that. Simple thing to look at is just the number of roofs and paved private dwelling surfaces. Where's that water going to go? It's not percolating into the soil, it's running onto the roads. The roads were built to accommodate that level of drainage. So you're going to have scoring of your roads and flooding in some areas. This is a real issue. So you have legacy infrastructure that's not built for the current purposes. So it's not fit for purpose. And then you have infrastructure that is old. So if you were to do a survey of most of the roads in Jamaica, you would find that they were built many decades ago. But if you were to look at the maintenance schedule to extend the engineering life, it would be limited or non-existent. Your legacy infrastructure is aging infrastructure as well. And then you have now the other thing that has really impacted the effectiveness of your infrastructure. It is informal development. And you can see this right across Jamaica, informality, where citizens have gone ahead and built outside of existing regulations. So yes, there might be laws and subdivisions and so forth, but people build over drains. They don't follow the setbacks. They build in areas that are not suitable for sustainable human dwelling. They build along the river banks, along the gully banks, in river courses, in flood-prone areas. And the social pressure is that because we did not have a complete and effective land settlement policy and housing policy, persons went ahead, and you can't blame people for trying to eke out and find shelter. But if this is allowed to continue unchecked, it will limit your potential for economic growth and worsen the problem. Because at the base of all of this is the lack of a sustained period of economic growth to generate the revenues to correct the problems of land settlement and housing and poor infrastructure. So what comes first? Do we build the infrastructure and the economy grows, or do we try and grow the economy and infrastructure? You do both, and you have to intervene. And it's not a simple issue of just building the infrastructure. In Jamaica in particular, there is these social issues that prevent the effective dealing with these infrastructure issues.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.